ifs, ands, or but about that. She's like, we have to muster everybody. But the speech goes on, and those two, her speeches are so wonderful, and she's crying, he's crying. It's like, oh. And if the king does return, who's left to fight for him? And they call him Little Henry the Merciless. So she's like, we have to muster everyone that can fight and go. And going back to Hilltop, but that was a great, great moment between Carol and King Ezekiel. That was, yes, Shiva. That was a great moment between those two. Back at Hilltop, like I said, Gregory's speech about wolves among sheep hits Maggie, and she says, I grew up on a farm, and I know about sheep and wolves' clothing. And she tosses him in the clink, and what a wimp. He's crying, flailing around, carrying on, dear God. And she makes it clear that these saviors are only alive because they could be useful. Bargaining chips, basically, to exchange, prisoners to exchange. It's hard to imagine she would execute them all, but I think she'd start. I really do think she would. And then you have Aaron. Aaron decides it's time to go rogue, and that bringing teenage Enid along for some action is also a good idea. Really? No. It's only been actually 2.5 days since Eric was killed, or died. So you'd think he'd be still grieving, more or less, or in shock that this had happened. I don't know. Then we go back to Carl in the woods again. Of course, he's with Sadiq. But he has an impressive kill count. And it translates to some combat skills that could become in handy. And, of course, there's a walker battle that ensues. And, of course, Carl almost bites the dust, but they live. And then, like I said, you have injured Michonne and Rosita. They go full Thelma and Louise, of course. Because Michonne has spent less than 2 days on the sidelines, and she wants to see the sanctuary firsthand. She's got to see it. These people, these guys, they are the absolute worst at following orders. None of them ever do. You got Aaron, Eden, Michonne, Rosita, Daryl, another one, Tara, Morgan, and Carl. They don't take orders. Look how many times Carl was said, stay in the house, Carl. Where's Carl? Nobody knows. He's out wandering around. But, yeah, he is awful when it comes to following orders. The current AWOL roll call is Aaron, Enid, Michonne, Rosita, Daryl, Tara, Morgan, and Carl. But their poor judgment leads to a whopper of a shit throwdown. Like I said, Michonne and Rosita come across the two Savior scavengers, and they've assembled a rig of speakers, and they nicknamed it the Fat Lady. That would make Metallica proud. Of course it would. That was loaded with speakers. And their plan is to drive the Mobile Opera to the sanctuary to draw the walkers away, like I said. And, of course, Negan's group could escape. A skirmish ensued. A weakened Michonne is in trouble. Rosita finds an RPG, and she scores the best kill ever at point-blank range. Kaboom! You know it. And she vaporized the Savior dude, and it was great. The Savior gal makes a break for it with the Fat Lady, blaring at full blast. You see it going down the road, just blaring. And it looks like Rick's plan is about to crumble. And who comes along? Daryl and Tara appear just in time to T-bone the Fat Lady with a garbage truck. you go. Coincidence? How did they end up there? Who knows? But they did, and they T-boned that truck. It was great. And Tara, she goes, you were right not in killing Dwight, but, she's going to kill him. Because of Denise, of course. But, and Daryl's like, how about the two of us? Daryl, what are you doing? I don't know. But there comes Daryl and Tara to the rescue, and they T-bone the fat lady with a garbage truck. It was great. Excuse me. The timing was impeccable as always. So that's kind of what's going on. I thought, I don't know. It's a ping pong affair. We bounce between the three areas. And of course, like I said, you have the ones who defy Rick's orders always. And Officer Friendly's final move. And apparently there's a plan there, which we don't know about yet. It's a mystery to this point. Part of it was getting the garbage people. I tend to think that if they don't hear from Rick, because he said, either you join us or we're going to destroy you. So I think if they don't hear from Rick in a certain amount of time, they're going to be attacked. I believe that'll be the plan, because that's the only plan that makes sense. They've covered this plan pretty well so far, exactly where people will be, at what time. Like I said, they have spotters around the sanctuary. Anybody opens that door, boom, you're gone. And so that's the 2 days is what he's given them. And that's the timeline for the completion of Rick's master plan, and which lines up perfectly for the mid-season finale in 2 weeks. So, I think Rick is counting on an offer they can't refuse, because they're surrounded by walkers and cut off from their supplies. So surrender or die. I think that's going to be the ultimatum. But are they on the verge of ending this, as Rick declares? I don't know. Do you think it's time to bring the Negan storyline to an end? Will this be their last fight? No. No way. No way. You can hear Robert Kirkman laughing in the background. Nope. So, what do you think? I think that if they don't hear from Rick in a certain amount of time, they're going to attack Jadis and her people. I think that's what has to be, because they're waiting on Rick. They know where he's going. There's no doubt that they know where he was on his way to. So, if they don't hear from him, I think they will surround him and attack him. I think that's the idea. But what about the helicopter? What about the new group, the Whisperers? You have had a taste a couple of weeks ago in an episode of what they can do. So, what kind of group is this? I mean, a helicopter, what else do they have? That's not a good sign, I don't think. They have a working helicopter. So, what do you think of Sadiq? Like I said, there's going to be another new addition, too, to this. And what about Dwight's buddy? I can't remember his name. Gosh darn it. Jared is trying to escape, and he knocks it out of his hand. And he calls him a real a-hole, which I thought was great. And he goes, what do you think? Will you stop it already? I thought it was pretty good that he did that. Yeah, he is. He's naked in this sweatbox of a trailer there. Yeah, he is, because Jadis looks in the little peephole there. Yeah. So Sadiq is one of the new characters. There's going to be another one. I don't know. It might be in the second half of the season. Dylan is going to be another new person in there. the other thing is, well, everybody's still unsure as to why Jesus is suddenly so anti-killing when he was, I don't know, he's done a complete turnaround. I get it to a point, but that was the objective. Eugene and Dwight. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens there, Stephen. They might. In this new episode, we saw the previews that Dwight was telling Eugene, this has got to come to an end, and he's going to lose. Negan is going to lose. He better be on the right side. So we'll see what happens Sunday on this. And what's going to happen at Hilltop? There's going to be blood. There's going to be blood. There will be blood. Yes, of course. But you're seeing some kind of the internal struggle of some of these groups, which is pretty cool because that's going to happen. Nobody's, always together on the same page all the time. And of course, putting Gregory in there with the Saviors was, perfect. That's the best place for him. Excuse me. But what do you think he's going to plan in there? He'll probably be instrumental in some botched up plan, and he'll be behind it or involved or something. You know that. And Jared, they need to just kill outright, be done with him, make an example of him. Boom. He just does not care. He'll do whatever. Let's see. Like Aaron, why are you going off? I don't think you should be taking off. There's no doubt. If my spouse, partner, companion had just died hours before, you wouldn't be talking in mystified tones about how I still couldn't believe they were dead. I think I'd be so angry, I wouldn't be able to think right. Let's see. But I think this was kind of see what's going on in these factions. Yeah. Morgan is gone. Yes. How did you like that? What do you think of that? They released the character crossover in The Talking Dead. Morgan talked about it. I thought for sure it would be Enid. Enid is kind of a, I don't know what her purpose is in this group. I really don't. She's just kind of there. I've never liked her. We don't know her backstory. I thought for sure that she would be the one in the crossover with Fear. Morgan is a crossover character with Fear the Walking Dead. He's going to be part of Fear now. So, interesting twist there. I did not see that one coming with Morgan at all. What did you think of that, Stephen? Yeah, but he's got other things in the fire, so I'm surprised he's doing Fear. But I thought for sure Enid was going to be the crossover character. I really did. She's still just kind of there. I just don't understand what her character is about. I really don't know. I just don't understand. What Enid's purpose is. So, what do you think of that, Stephen, about Morgan? There's going to be, this is going to get weird. There is no doubt. No doubt. But I love the scene between Carol and King Ezekiel. It was really great. It really was. Who's got... Morgan is going to be the new character on Fear, the crossover character. So, what do you think of that, Stephen? He's going to be on Fear. We're going to find out what's going on with that.